Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. So, Jaguar's got some serious tea fermenting about the hotshots in the business. Jay-Z and Bey, and obviously her number one subject, Diddy. This time, she's dropping bombs, saying they're totally turned around in some obscure stuff. And get this, the influence couple's evidently covering for Diddy's supposed violations. Discuss a delicious embarrassment. It resembles a safeguarding influence. I'm going to make it simple. Sue me. I need to be convinced by Panthers letting the cat out of the bag about the spilled film from Diddy's bunk and what truly goes down there. We've all heard bits of hearsay about Diddy's unbelievable gatherings and how they can get pretty insane yet right. Dropping some serious tea that takes it up an indent, this is the cash that is the cash, fellow. That is where Daddy was getting each of his assets from. So the most recent buzz online is about an examination concerning Diddy's den, all on account of some legitimate dramatization. Shy Diddy Kamam got going in 2023. A blaze ruler it in front of an audience at the MTV Mouse dropping a Kier R&B collection that had Grammy buzz and even discussions of him purchasing up the BAT network. However, at that point things experienced a plunge genuine. Quick later in the year, a lot of claims hit Diddy, with a crushing weight blaming him for serious stuff, like say, and this unexpected shift from his prior triumphs has most certainly created a dull shaded area over his vocation. For sure, music magnate Shay Diddy Combs is blamed for a claim by R&B vocalist Cassie that she was in a years-long relationship with Combs that likewise involved music. Okay, here's the scoop. The word on the road is that the specialist busted into some of Sean Diddy's places as a feature of a monstrous government examination, as per a top-level source in bureaucratic policing, is right in the center of a significant test drove by the U.S. lawyer for the Southern Local of New York. And think about who's driving the charge. As a matter of fact, the branch of Country Security Examinations Transnational Coordinated Wrongdoing Division. So what's the arrangement? Clearly everything revolves at round HT wrongdoings. Yet again, this might actually be connected to examination, including rapper Shay. Comes the music leader, this examination is occurring just after a few uncompromising claims were tossed at brushes in various common claims documented in New York, these suits incorporating one that arrived in bureaucratic court last December hit Combs for certain serious allegations of C and event. Here's the kicker: Combs has been adhering to his fervently keeping these cases each and every state up from getting the manner in which his lawyer calls a claim totally unmerited and energetically denies the charges against his client, yet his past is driving individuals to elsewhere. X's broadcasting their sentiments via virtual entertainment can be cringeworthy, yet Diddy appears to have taken it up. Score reports are humming that Jennifer Lopez, his ex-girlfriend, has additionally stood in opposition to Diddy, implying that she may be tending to make claims with regards to their past relationship, and as though that wasn't sufficient dramatization, daily after pop vocalist Cassie documented a heavy claim against music tycoon Shay Diddy brushes her 11-year-old ex, asserts nonstop and profoundly, and as well as RR, the two sides have now declared a repayment. I have chosen to determine this matter genially on the condition that I have some degree of control. I need to thank my family, fans, and attorneys for their faithful help. Cassie, whose genuine name is Cassandra Ventura, said in an explanation that he gave his own assertion, saying, "We have chosen to determine this matter genially. I want Cassie and her family to enjoy all that life has to offer." Ben Brofman included a different explanation. A choice to settle a claim, particularly in 2023, is not the slightest bit a confirmation of bad behavior. Mr. Combs' choice to settle the claim in no manner subverts his flat-out disapproval of the cases. The subtleties of the repayment are still unclear. This vast goal comes from behind. Cassie recorded a claim where she asserted that she was held somewhere near Mr. Looks and persevered through 10 years of his vicious way of behaving. Upset requests that the charges are weighty, enumerating a pattern of brutality and ST that supposedly elaborates fierce and unlawful behavior, like being forced into participating in exercises with male laborers while Combs supposedly watched and recorded the episodes. It's a ton to take in. She's asserting she was trapped in a very long-term pattern of misuse, savagery, and child abuse in her claim. Cassie further asserted that the music was a big shot. Shay Diddy Brushes once communicated extreme displeasure about her dating Kid Cudi, venturing to such an extreme as to take steps to explode C's vehicle, REM. Amazingly, C's vehicle did allegedly detonate presently, as per the rapper. Did he take steps to explode the rapper's Kid Q vehicle in 2012 when he and Cassie were momentarily connected? This occurrence isn't whenever charges first surfaced about Com's harmful conduct in connections during the 1990s. Jennifer Lopez was involved with brushes, and while Lopez has not blamed openings for an outing in 1999, the two were captured together on a weapons charge following a triple taking shots at a Manhattan dance club. Lopez was accused of gun ownership, yet the count was dropped within the hour. The Flow claim charges that, on occasion, Combs requested that Cassie convey a handbag. We should rewind to the beginning, starting back to when Sean Diddy and Jennifer Lopez ventured onto the honorary pathway at the 2000 Grammys and the world saw a seismic shift. Diddy and J.Lo, a power couple in those days, showed up at the music grant show. Typically, their relationship would have been all the rage, yet Lopez figured out how to get everyone's attention briefly. With a strong move, she shook that extraordinary green versus dress. That outfit, with its sheer silk chiffon and plunging neck area, caused disturbances in the design world, as well as leaving an enduring imprint on tech history. Individuals online went off the deep end for photographs of Lopez in that famous outfit, and this enormous interest truly played a part in the formation of the Google picture. In a 2015 article, previous Google president Eric Schmidt referenced at the time that it was the most famous hunt question we had at any point seen, yet we had no dependent approach to getting clients precisely what they needed. While wearing that dress, a Google picture search was conceived, and thinking back on it, Diddy confessed to diversion. This evening in 2017, he had an inclination the dress would be no joking matter, except for he didn't understand exactly the way that tremendous it would become. Thus, the excursion through Diddy and Lopez's relationship startlingly took us on a diversion to that famous style second act. The Grammys, 20 years prior. Jennifer Lopez's adoration life has been a consistent interest in the public eye, has been ruling the social conversation for more than 20 years. Before the times of Ben Affleck, a Barr, or Imprint Anthony, there was another elite genius who held her heart and guaranteed a fantasy ending. Diddy, in spite of their moderately brief time frame together, their drawn-out sentiment pulled in more media consideration than numerous beeps get in a lifetime when you are dating. J.Lo, Will Smith, and Jada attempted to get her on a trio, and you plan to thump up Will Smith. Is that valid anyway? J.Lo and Diddy's paths initially crossed during the creation of her Day collection on the 6th. In those days, she was a new-face novice, and he was a top-dog music maker. Everybody needed to work with them in spite of their different situations, and they flew between them at every turn as the century turned. They became one of the most blazing couples around, snatching titles left and right, whether it was their one-of-a-kind fashion awareness, collaborating on music undertakings, or warming up the public eye with their tender presentations. J.Lo and Diddy were generally in the media spotlight. Flashes was flying all over me. She was hitched at that point, so I was in my own relationship. So I needed to have discretion, and afterward, we just became companions. Their relationship was set apart by disturbance, described by disloyalty's eruptions. And, surprisingly, a capture thinking back, it's obvious that P. Diddy and J.Lo's association was disastrous, that he wasn't an on-and-off relationship with Kim Watchman when he initially experienced Jennifer on the arrangement of his music video for Been All Over the Planet in 1997 years after the fact he uncovered that he had deliberately tried things out with Jennifer part of the way to make him Isurus and brief her to return to him during this period. He would unremittingly call Kim 50-60 times each day, while at the same time being engaged with Jennifer, the mind-boggling dynamic setup for a relationship full of difficulties I could have done without him since You Know I Seen and I were altogether different that way. Kim's quietness in light of Diddy's supplications exacerbated their generally turbulent relationship, described by an absence of responsibility and development. Jennifer unveiled that she got through times of disturbance, while with Diddy, describing snapshots of profound misery where she felt overpowered and expressing that she was thoroughly crying and going crazy, and it truly tossed my life into disorder. Diddy's reputed treacheries turned into an urgent issue for Jennifer. As an unmistakable music tycoon during the 1990s, Diddy earned a standing as a magnetic figure eminent for his tenacious, hard-working attitude and lively public activity. He regularly visited night spots, connecting with individual specialists and fans, frequently broadening his excursions until the early hours of the morning. His untrustworthy and wild direct filled doubts for Jennifer, who held onto a firmly established instinct in regards to his devotion in a 2003 meeting with the energy she admitted. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.